as part as well of this adventure. It's a great feeling. I think it's one of the many examples in which we see how many connections points we have between our two companies, between the two projects. So it's very exciting. I'm sure everybody would love to see Daniel back in the paddock, and we are going to perhaps to have that sometimes thanks to Ford Racing.
Okay, well, people coming back, people going. Listen, Jim, there has been a change of leadership at Red Bull Racing. You two seem to get on very well.
Yes.
How has that transition been, though?
Oh, I think it's great. I can feel it here. I came here because I'm a big believer as a leader to understand things with your eyes and your ears. And I can clearly see the impact Laurent has had on the stability of the team. He's a technical person, which is exactly right for this change in 2026. He's absolutely the right leader. We are completely behind him. And I can really feel it here with the team.
Yeah. Well, listen, Ford want to win. Red Bull have been winners, serial winners. Toto Wolff describing it as a mountain you're trying to climb by building this power unit without the history of doing so. Can you have any idea right now where you're at? No one really knows, but can you be respectable at the start of 2026, if I can put it like that?
That's a great question.
You know,
Thank you. I don't do many.
we like Toto's comments. We think it is an Everest that we're trying to climb. It's very true, but it's a crazy project. It's a crazy challenge, and it fits so well with what Red Bull is, what Ford is, and that's exactly how we look at that challenge. It's a massive. It's a massive undertaking to go into. No, we don't know where we are to compare to the competitions, and of course we are respectful enough of the competition to say if these guys have been doing it for 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, it's starting from zero, getting all our people, getting all the process right, all the infrastructure is going to take some time. But we do it the Red Bull Ford way, and therefore we do it at top level in every area. We have incredibly good people that are starting to bond together within Oracle Red Bull Racing with Ford Racing, and it's going to be a journey, and it's not about who is going to be the best one in Barcelona in January, but it's about who will get the project right and who will develop the project right.
Yeah. I mean, it's Ford versus Ferrari versus Mercedes. You want to win that contest eventually. Is it too big an ask to win it in the first year?
Well, it isn't our first rodeo.
No.
We've been in Formula One for a while, and I think that's good. As Laurent said, we're very humbled as a company. We're a humble company anyways. But these are the best technical people in the world in motorsports. And all I can say is we put our best effort in so far. And I just want to emphasize what he said, which is it's not just, what we do in that first couple races. It's going to be how fast we react to what we learn about the chassis, about everything. And we understand that at Ford. We have our best technical people. We have 180,000 employees. They all know this is a top effort in the company, and we are going to.
Lewis Hamilton tells Ferrari F1 chief Frederic Vasseur his target may be unachievable. Ferrari are the only top 4 Formula One team yet to win a Grand Prix this season, while Lewis Hamilton continues to wait for his first podium since joining from Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton admitted it will be a while before he will have the chance to end his Formula One podium drought. The 7-time champion has yet to finish a Grand Prix in the top 3 in this difficult maiden season as a Ferrari driver so far. But there have been signs of progress in the 2 weeks since the summer break. Having ended the first portion of the season at his lowest point since joining the Italian team, Hamilton has looked re-energized over the last 2 rounds at Zandvoort and Monza. At the latter circuit, he qualified 5th but started the race 10th due to a grid penalty he carried over from the previous Sunday. In front of the Tifosi, he managed to make progress on a circuit which makes overtaking difficult, crossing the line 6th. Team Principal Frederick Vasseur said after the race that he felt it was only a matter of time until Hamilton started picking up some trophies for his efforts. "Yes, we can expect him to be on the podium," the Frenchman told reporters. But Hamilton offered a more cautious outlook as he suggested Ferrari still lacked the pace to compete for such a result. The Brit said, "I think overall our performance was fairly decent, but we obviously do not have the pace of the cars much further ahead. So, competing for the top 3 is off the cards for a while, but we keep pushing and trying to extract more. This weekend built a lot on my confidence with the car, but definitely I am still not 100% comfortable in the car." At Monza, Ferrari were able to match or even beat the speeds of the McLarens ahead on the long straights. But they would lose time in the corners, especially Charles Leclerc in the early stages as he battled with Oscar Piastri for third place and eventually overheated his tires as he chased the Australian. And so they had no chance of stopping race winner Max Verstappen, whose Red Bull was also lightning quick in the straights thanks to its lower downforce setup. But Hamilton felt they would have fared better overall had it not been for his grid penalty which split the two Ferrari cars. He added, "I am sure we did not have the pace of the McLarens and the Red Bulls. But I definitely think Charles and I, if we were together, we could have had a strong race and perhaps keeping up with, maybe trying to keep up more with the guys further ahead. I really do not know. I just think they were just too fast, the guys further ahead, but I definitely think we would have been 5th, 4th. Leclerc went into the weekend being compared to Ferrari legend Gilles Villeneuve, and briefly looked like he might finish on the podium after coming out ahead of Oscar Piastri in the opening phase of the race. That didn't last sadly, and he finished 4th. While Nico Rosberg praised the change he saw in Hamilton after the race as he made up 4 places to finish P6. Martin Brundle was commentating on the race and was keeping a close eye on the 7-time world champion's progress. Fred Vasseur admits Ferrari missed their target at the Italian Grand Prix. Ferrari's mechanics were privately satisfied with Leclerc and Hamilton's performances, even if the Scuderia have only enjoyed 2 victories at Monza since 2011. Team Principal Fred Vasseur has been under pressure this season, although he's now signed a new deal that will see him lead Ferrari into the next era of the sport. Vasseur explained in his official post-race interview, "Our target for today was to get Charles on the podium, but it was just out of reach. He had a strong race, with a good fight at the beginning, but that meant he overworked the tires a bit at this stage. In the end, we were not so far behind the McLarens, just 4 seconds, while Max was flying at the front." Lewis Hamilton tells Ferrari F1 chief Frederick Vasseur his target may be unachievable. Ferrari are the only top 4 Formula One team yet to win a Grand Prix this season, while Lewis Hamilton continues to wait for his first podium since joining from Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton admitted it will be a while before he will have the chance to end his Formula One podium drought. The 7-time champion has yet to finish a Grand Prix in the top 3 in this difficult maiden season as a Ferrari driver so far. But there have been signs of progress in the 2 weeks since the summer break.